Jonathan here. We're going to go over real fast how to create a gradient over a text. And I don't have the original file. This person sent me this file. It would be a lot easier if I had the original file, but all I have is a JPEG, but we're going to make it work anyways. So let's load it up. Open in Photoshop. And while we load, a word from our sponsor. I'm just kidding, I don't have a sponsor. But I would appreciate it if you subscribed and liked this video. So, alright. It is open. And since we don't have the original file, what I'm going to do is just use the... I'm going to use the magic... I think I'm going to use the magic wand tool and just select not contiguous. So it selects everything that's that color. And then I'm just going to make sure I'm unselecting. I'm just going to uncheck check contiguous, so it only selects what is that color now and that it's touching where you're selecting. So now I'm just going to unselect everything that's outside of the letters, so it doesn't create our gradient outside of the letters. Alright, so it looks like we're going to have to select inside here manually. I don't think it'll actually matter for the W, but we're going to do it anyways. We're just going to select this just in case it would have been there. It's probably way more precise than I need to be, and we're actually going to do the same thing over here on the end, just because I'm not 100% sure how this is going to look. We're going to select this because I'm pretty sure that this will actually be where the gradient is going to go. Okay, I think that should be all we need to do. And now what we're going to do is go back to the selection tool. We're going to make a new layer. We'll do via a copy. So now what we're going to do, there's a couple ways you can do this, but you can just create a gradient overlay. And then if that works for you, I mean, you can play around with these and do whatever you need it to do. You can change the direction of the gradient so it goes, I mean, you can make a whole bunch of these so it only goes across one letter at a time and they're all up and down, or you can do whatever you want. But that is one way to do it. Alright, so that's that. That's how I would create a gradient on text. It's super easy. There's other ways to do it, but this is the most simple. It'd actually be more simple if you had the original text layer, because then you can just create it behind that layer, so it'll be, if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. If you have the original text layer and those are transparent letters, you create it on the layer behind the text, so then it'll go through and not be on the outlines of the layers, if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, leave a comment below and I will try to explain that in a more detailed gradient video. So if that makes sense, like this video. If it doesn't make sense, leave a comment below and I will make another more detailed gradient video. Thanks again for watching, and we will see you in the next one.